Hey Reddit, Kenneth here. I've got a story that I need to get off my chest, and maybe you folks can give me some perspective. Or at least hear me out. It's been one hell of a week. So, it's just your average Wednesday night, and I'm at the dinner table in our apartment overlooking the Space Needle. The place is sleek and modern, the kind of spot you'd expect a couple of up-and-comers like Melissa and me to live in. I'm a real estate agent, been doing it for a good 10 years now, and Melissa, she's in marketing. We're the power couple on paper, you know. Anyway, there we are, having our usual chicken and rice, Melissa's signature dish, when she starts in on me about this office party on Friday. It's not the first time we've danced around this conversation. She's got this boss who thinks he's God's gift to the advertising world, and she wants me there to schmooze and booze with the execs. Only thing is, these shindigs are a special kind of torture for me. So I tell her straight, Mel, babe, you know I'd rather stick forks in my eyes than go to that thing. I'm trying to keep it light, but she's having none of it. Her eyes are doing that thing where they get all stormy, and she's got that set to her jaw that says we're in for a long night. It escalates pretty quick. She's tossing out all the reasons I should go, and I'm parrying each one like it's a damn fencing match. It's good for networking, Ken, she says. You might land a client, she insists, but I'm firm, right? I don't budge an inch. Then, out of nowhere, her face just turns this shade of red, I swear. You could see from the International Space Station. She's shaking, and with every word slicing through the air between us, she says, you know what? I should have just fucked that guy from Tinder when I had the chance. Reddit. I kid you not. It felt like a punch to the gut. Hey everyone. Unfortunately, basically everyone who is watching these videos isn't subscribed. It would mean the world to me to quickly get out of the full screen video for 3 seconds and press that subscribe button. It's free, and you can unsubscribe anytime. Sorry for bothering, and thank you so much if you subscribed. The room went still, and I swear I could hear my own heartbeat over the Seattle traffic outside. My vision actually tunneled, focusing in on her face, waiting for the laugh, the just kidding. But nothing. She just glared at me, chest heaving, like she's daring me to say something. And me? I'm floored. Shock, confusion, and this raging inferno of anger start to build inside me. But I'm a guy who prides himself on control, you know? So I don't yell, I don't scream, I just feel this cold sort of calm settle over me. My voice is like ice when I finally speak. Excuse me, what did you just say? I ask her, deadpan. She starts backpedaling then, realizing she stepped in it. I didn't mean it, Ken, it's just, you make me so mad sometimes. So, that's it. That's the bombshell my Wednesday served up on a silver platter. And here I am, sitting in my office at home, trying to figure out if my marriage is a lie while Melissa's snoring away like she didn't just drop a grenade in my lap. I'm not a guy who takes this kind of thing lying down, and I'm definitely not in the business of forgiveness when it comes to cheating. So what now? Let it slide, confront her more, hire a PI, hell, I'm half tempted to throw her out with tomorrow's trash. Alright Reddit, Kenneth here again. You guys had a lot to say about my last post. No way she said that, some of you commented. She's definitely messing with you, others said. I wish that were true. But it happened, and now I'm stuck in this mental maze, trying to find the exit. So, the past couple of days have been enlightening, and not in a good way. Every shared space in our apartment feels tainted now, like I'm living in a crime scene. I've been watching Melissa like a hawk, and let me tell you, the things I brushed off before. Now they're red flags big enough for a parade. She's always been private with her phone, but lately, it's like it's glued to her hand or hidden away. If she leaves the room, it's with her. Bathroom, balcony, you name it. And if I come near while she's texting, that thing snaps shut quicker than a bear trap. Late nights out have become a regular thing too. Marketing deadlines, she says. But last I checked, deadlines don't come with a scent of cologne and smudged lipstick. It's like she's not even trying to hide it anymore. I'm furious, guys, like shaking with it. But underneath all that, I'm lost. We've been together for what feels like a lifetime. We've built this life, brick by brick, and now it's like she's taken a sledgehammer to it. How do I handle this? Do I confront her with the bare threads I've got, or do I dig deeper? I've never been one to shy away from confrontation, but this is different. This is messy, and it's personal, and it hurts like hell. I know the standard advice will be, just leave her, bro. However, you don't understand how hard it is to leave everything behind after you trusted and loved a person for years, and suddenly she starts acting that way. The apartment is too quiet tonight. It's just me and my thoughts, and let me tell you, it's loud inside my head. I can't look at her without seeing lies. Can't talk to her without wanting to throw every accusation I have in her face. But I hold back. Because I need to know for sure. I need the truth, no matter how ugly it is. Some of you have been asking for an update, and oh boy, do I have one. You know how they say the truth will come out in the wash? Well, it turns out it can also come out in a coffee shop. Here's the deal. I have this routine, right? Every morning I hit up this little coffee place before work. It's my moment of peace before the day kicks off. I'm scrolling through emails on my phone when I see Melissa's purse on the seat next to me. She must have left it in my truck from last night. Usually I wouldn't care, but after all of that, I am definitely looking in that purse. They're practically a marching band in my head now. So I reach over just to move the purse onto the table, and that's when it happens. A receipt slips out and flutters onto the floor like some sort of twisted invitation. I pick it up, and there it is, a punch to the gut printed on glossy paper. It's a receipt from the Pink Door, fancy Italian place, hard to get reservations, 2 dinners, 2 desserts, and a bottle of red that costs more than my utility bill. But here's the kicker. It's dated for a Tuesday 2 weeks ago. The same Tuesday, Melissa told me she was grinding through a late-night project at work. All I can think of is how stupid she is to keep that receipt, almost if she wanted me to find out about that date. My head's spinning, but I'm a man of details. I can't help it. It's who I am. So, I start piecing it together right there. The date on the receipt burns in my mind, and I cross-reference it with the story she fed me that night. "Working late, don't wait up," her text had said. My heart's racing now because I remember feeling proud of her, putting in the hours. The more I think, the clearer it becomes. There were no emails from her work past 6 that evening, no calls, nothing. She walked in at midnight claiming victory over some big project, but the evidence is right here, screaming that it was all a lie. So, I did what any guy with a spine would do. I took a photo of the receipt with my phone. Evidence. Proof that something's going on behind my back. I put the receipt back where it came from, tuck her purse away, and finish my coffee. My brain's on overdrive, but on the outside, I'm keeping my calm like every man should be able to do. I gotta be smart about this. No half-cocked confrontations. I need a plan. A way to bring all this to light without tipping her off that I'm onto her game. Kenneth here with the latest dispatch from the front lines of marital mayhem. You're not going to believe this, but things have gone from daytime drama to full-blown spy thriller over here. After the coffee shop incident, it's like a switch flipped inside me. The quiet guy, the one who believed in trust and played fair, has left the building. Now I'm hunched over my computer late into the night, Melissa fast asleep and oblivious just down the hall, and I'm digging into our life with the precision of a jeweler assessing diamonds. I started thinking, if Melissa's smart, she wouldn't be using our joint accounts for her excursions. So, I check out her personal credit card, a statement I found tucked away in a drawer, almost like she forgot about it. And there it is, the proof, line after line of expenses that just don't add up. There's a charge from a jeweler that's never once called our apartment home. A string of dinners for 2 at places I've never heard her mention, let alone been to with her. And don't even get me started on the boutique hotel charges that coincide with those overtime nights. But numbers and charges, they can be explained away, right? "It's for a client," or "you don't understand my work," she would say. I needed something concrete, something undeniable. Enter my next move, the phone records. This takes a bit more finesse. I wait until she's in the shower, then it's showtime. I know her passcode, It's her birthday, go figure. So I slip into her phone and sync the call log with my laptop. I'm looking for patterns, and boy, do I find them. Late night talks, long chats on her way to work, and none of them are with me. My heart's a sledgehammer in my chest, but I'm not done yet. The final play, the GPS tracker, arrives in a plain brown package like it's something ordinary. It's not. It's the key to the last door I haven't opened yet. Installing it under her car is almost too easy. It's like I'm meant to find out, you know? The universe handing me the tools and saying, "Go on, Kenneth, uncover the lies." And the GPS? It's like the world's most depressing game of Where's Waldo. There she is at some random house when she said she was hitting the late sales. Parked outside a fancy restaurant when I got a text about a last-minute meeting. Every new piece of information is a brick in the fortress I'm building, and when I'm done, it's going to be impenetrable. I want to confront her with a case so airtight that even Houdini couldn't escape it. If my life were a movie, I'd be at that part where the music gets real tense and the hero's about to face down the bad guy. Only in this flick, the bad guy is my wife, and the hero is sitting in a pickup truck with a half-eaten sandwich and a thermos of coffee that's gone cold. Here's the scene. I'm parked a block away from this boutique hotel downtown that's so fancy, its doormats probably cost more than my first car. The GPS tracker I planted pings me that Melissa's car is parked there, again. My gut's in knots, but my hands are steady. It's showtime. I've got this routine down to a science now. She leaves work, and like clockwork, her car beelines here. Only this time, I'm waiting. And sure enough, there she is. But she's not alone. With her is Mr. Tinder, the guy from the profile pic that burned itself into my brain the moment I saw it on her phone. A face you don't forget, especially not when he's grinning in a photo on your wife's hidden dating app. They're laughing, and she's got this look that I haven't seen in... hell, I can't even remember. They slip into the hotel, all casual and carefree, like they're just a couple of old friends catching up over coffee. My hands are fists now, every muscle in my body tensed up as if I'm prepping for a fight. I'd watch them walk into the hotel, the way they laughed together, the way she looked at him. It was a look I hadn't seen directed at me in years. I sat there in my truck, hands gripping the steering wheel like it was him, the anger building up inside me like a storm. I waited a few minutes to get my head straight, or at least, I thought I did. Then, I got out and followed them in. My boots were heavy on the plush carpet as I made my way up to their room. I didn't have a key card, but I didn't need one. I was running on something primal, something that didn't care about locked doors or consequences. I knocked on their door, not a polite, hello knock, but a here comes trouble one. The door swung open, and there they were. It wasn't a movie, there were no sheets discreetly draped. It was all too real, too raw. And there's Mr. Tinder looking like he just got the fright of his life. Melissa, she's scrambling, her voice all high-pitched and panicked. Kenneth, it's not what it looks like. But it was. It was exactly what it looked like. Then Mr. Tinder decided to play the tough guy, puffing out his chest, telling me to leave. That's when I lost it. My fist swung before I could even think. But the guy, he was ready. He ducked, and he came back at me with a right hook that felt like a sledgehammer. The room spun. I could taste blood. I tried to fight back, but another hit and I was down, the plush carpet not doing much to cushion the fall. I could hear Melissa screaming, but it was like I was underwater, all muffled and distant. The next thing I know, there's the sharp, sterile scent of an ambulance, EMTs hovering over me. They're talking, but I can't make out the words. It's just noise. My head's pounding, my eyes swelling shut. And as they load me up, I realize just how badly I've lost. The fight, the girl, the whole damn marriage. Hey Reddit, it's Kenneth. Been a while, hasn't it? Last time I was here, I left you hanging with quite the cliffhanger. Well, I've been through the ringer and I'm still standing, though I wasn't sure I would be for a while there. The aftermath of that night at the hotel left me with more than just a black eye. It felt like my soul had gone a few rounds with a heavyweight champ. I was laid up in the hospital, feeling every kind of ache you can imagine. And Melissa? She was blowing up my phone with a barrage of messages, each one a cocktail of excuses, apologies, and pleas. But I just couldn't. Every buzz of my phone was like a jab to the ribs, so I hit ignore like it was the off switch on this whole mess. But here's the thing, Reddit. Lying in that hospital bed, feeling sorry for myself, wasn't cutting it. I needed to get back on my feet, feel strong again. So, I decided it was time to hit something a lot less destructive than Mr. Tinder's jaw. I joined a boxing gym the day after I got out of the hospital. The place was one of those gritty, no-nonsense setups with the smell of sweat and determination thick in the air. It felt right. The ring was a square of potential. The heavy bags were swollen with the promise of catharsis. The first day I stepped into that gym, my whole body felt like it was made of lead. But I wrapped my hands, pulled on the gloves, and started to work the bag. Each punch was weak. My form was laughable. But it was a start. Hey Reddit. Kenneth here for one last update. It's been a few months since the world as I knew it turned upside down. But here I am, standing on the other side of the chaos, in a place I never expected to find myself. I'm coming to you now from the quiet sanctuary of my new place. A villa that's all clean lines and open spaces, with a view of the hills that stretch out like a promise. The divorce papers came through, the ink's dry, and that chapter of my life with Melissa is officially closed. She's with Mr. Tinder now, which stings less than I thought it would. Guess that says a lot about where I'm at these days. This villa, it's a fortress of solitude. There's no trace of Melissa here, no lingering memories in the corners or shadows. I've learned a lot about myself in these silent rooms, about what I want, who I am when I strip away husband from my identity. I've realized I've got to be stronger, not just in the way that punching bags and lifting weights can measure, but in who I trust and how I love. That's the real heavyweight bout, isn't it? Trusting someone enough to let them close after you've been burned. I learned a big lesson, one that cost me a wife and a couple of years of what I thought was happiness. But some lessons, they're worth the price you pay. They have to be, so what's next for me? I'm dipping my toes back into the dating pool. It's a different game now, and I am a different player. I've found peace in the quiet of my new place and the clarity that comes with being on my own. But I'm not planning on being a bachelor forever. I'm stepping out into the world again, a little wiser, a little more careful, but with hope. Hope that there's someone out there who's looking for a guy who's been through the ringer and came out the other side ready to try again. Looking forward to the next hand and hoping for a bit of luck. Thanks for all the advice, the support, and for just being there to listen. It's been real. Thanks everyone for listening, and it would mean the world to me if you could hit that subscribe button. Have a great rest of your day or night.